just want to reach out and say thanks to a couple guys on Facebook real fast. Jacob Bandera, I think I'm saying your name right. You pointed out that everything looked good with our test until we hit it with a pressure washer and it looked like our label moved a little bit, so we're going to address that in a minute. Tyler Elliott, you said that we were hitting the label from the edge on the graphics and labels that failed, but not ours, so I want to address that in a minute. And then Wayne, you talked about the crosshatch tape test on the first labels being done on a flat surface, and then on our label we didn't hit it the right way, we didn't white knuckle it like you said, so we're going to address all three of those right now. So these are the samples we have, and I'm going to jump right to it. So I want to say thank you guys for pointing that out, because that's something we want to make sure is that we don't get information across in the wrong way. We want to make sure we address it all. So two examples of stickers right here. These are two pressure sensitive adhesive labels. The one on the left here is the one that you saw in the first video where we blew that one with the pressure washer right off the boat that we were pressure washing. But I wanted to bring this one in. This one's you can look it up later if you want, but it's BS, B as in boy, S as in Sam, 5609. It's a label standard used for the international waterway shipping of hazardous materials in 55-gallon drums. And those labels are considered the most durable in the world because they have to be able to soak in the ocean if a drum falls off of a cargo ship and ends up in the ocean, and then salvage people have to show up and see what's in it so they don't hurt themselves or kill themselves. So that label is actually a BS5609 label. It's considered the most durable. So I wanted to throw that out at you. Here's our Polyfuze label on the opposite side of that. And so again, we're going to address everyone's issue with it just to make sure we do it exactly the same so there's no question about it. So I am going to crosshatch test it, okay? Crosshatching is basically cutting through the label area down to the substrate, which in this case is polyethylene. So I'm going to go all the way across, and in many ways as I can here. I'm going to go all the way to the edge here. That way, that way. I'm just going to go to nuts. So I want to make sure there's no chance of anybody even thinking about it. So I don't know if you can see that real good, but you can see all the cuts that are crossways in it. With these labels, I'm not going to do it as extreme, so I'm just going to do a couple of little areas right here down at the bottom corner. Just 4 this way, and 4 this way. 2, 3, 4. Same with this label. I'll do it right here, this top part. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And those are my little cross-hatched areas there. There and there. So, first thing I'm going to start with is some lacquer thinner, because we showed that in the first video. So let me grab this. A little bit on the rag there. So first thing you'll notice with this label is I'm already, here I'll white knuckle it. Okay? We're taking color and everything completely off. You're going through the protective surface of it and going right down to the substrate. And you can see it's exposed now. So I'll leave that one there. Get a clean part of the rag. We're gonna do it with this one. And my guess is, because this is an ultra durable label, it has a plastic top on it, so don't mind that. That's where we just hit it with, so it didn't get any color off at all. Okay? And let me get a completely clean rag. And we'll do our Polyfuze label with that one. And do it all over the entire area here. And you get a little bit of stuff off. That's normal with pigment migration. We use pigments in our labels, so you will get a little bit of pigment off. But as you can see, I'm not removing any of the label at all as we did with this one. Now, in all fairness, I didn't remove any label with that one either. But where our labels come into play is how they bond to the plastic. Or I'm not going to say bond, ours actually fuse, they melt at a molecular level. Where this label's using an adhesive to stick to it, and this label's trying to stick to the plastic. So we're going to walk over now and pressure wash these. And again, to make sure we do it exactly the same. So we'll do ours last. Lock this one in here so you can really see it. Use that one in a minute. Kick it on. Ready? All right. And the same problem with that, coming right off the edge there. And even where I cross that, you can see where it's coming off completely. Okay? Good enough with that one. Maybe prove that point. Chunks that are coming off, that's normal. Okay. That's the corner I cross-hatched down there, so we'll show that in a minute too, just to make sure. It's already coming off. I'm gonna hit down here where it's cross-hatched. And same thing, it's actually blowing that apart. Where the cross-hatch was. Okay. It's actually taking the chunks out of there. A little bit to ours that I did major cross-hatching to. And I'm going to get down really close with this one so you guys have total visual. So I don't know how close you want to get, but every one of the crosshatch areas, I'm trying to blast it. Nothing's coming off. Do I get closer to it? So I'll go at an angle like that so you can see it. You can actually see the water where it's hitting those crosshatched areas and blowing. But no label coming off at all. Right on the edge. Nothing. Right on the edge. Nothing coming off on the edges at all. Take these out and look at them real fast so you can see. Starting with that one, you can do kind of a close-up. Of course, over the course of a label's life, it's going to have scratches, it's going to have gouges. Again, this is trying to stick to the plastic. Same thing with this one, that really ultra durable one, where I cross-hatched it. That's normal for labels to experience that, but this one was coming off anyway. And it's because this plastic is like Teflon, that's why it doesn't work that well. Where ours is fused into it, it's melted to the plastic. That's why you can't get that to separate, because it's not adhesive or bonded, it's actually melted to it. So hopefully that explained it. I appreciate you guys again pointing that out, and for everyone else too. So again, thank you very much for pointing that out to us.